Hello, first grade. Welcome back. So, last week, friends, we talked about nouns and verbs. So, today, friends, we're going to talk about adjectives. And adjectives are a little different because adjectives describes a noun. So, adjectives not only describes a noun, but it also tells us how something behaves, how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds, how many, what color, and the size. So adjectives are describing words. So if I wanted to talk about what color something looks like, I would say that this marker is purple. My marker is the noun, but I'm describing this marker with this color. This marker is color. Color will be my adjective. So you can use describing words to tell a person how something looks, how something smells, the size of something, or the color. So today, friends, we're gonna watch a PowerPoint on adjectives and how adjectives can help us with our grammar and our writing. So my friend Peter watched a superhero movie over the weekend. And when he was watching that movie, this is what Peter had to say about the superhero. So he said that the superhero was a strong superhero. He was strong. So that word strong is a word that he used to describe the superhero. He said that the superhero was friendly. He said the superhero was fast and that the superhero was brave. He used all those words to describe a superhero. All of these words describe the superhero: strong, friendly, fast, brave. These are all adjectives that describe a noun. Our noun would be the superhero. And we use describing words, which are adjectives, to describe our superhero. They said that he was brave, he was friendly, he was fast, and he was strong. What are some other things? What are some other describing words you can use to describe the superhero? Words that describe nouns are called adjectives. Adjectives tell us more about nouns. For example, in this picture, the noun is a what? A car. That's right. The car is a noun. So I'm going to think about describing words to describe this noun, which is the car. So I could think about the color of the car. I could think about the size. I could think about how the car looks and how the car sounds. Oh, the car is fast. So I'm describing how it behaves or how it feels. Oh, the car is expensive. So you're thinking about how it looks. The car looks very expensive, so I'm describing it. It's red. I'm using the color of the car to describe it. This car is red. Oh, it's new. This car is new. And this car is big. So those are all, or flashy, those are all descriptive words that are describing our noun. So what if I said, I was reading a book? And my book is the noun. How would I describe this book? What are some describing words or adjectives you can use to describe this book? You can pause the video right here and you can think of some adjectives to describe this book. Oh, if you said this book is new or this book is old, you can think about some of the descriptive words that you can use to describe that now. This book is scary if you're reading a scary book, but what happens if you're reading a very funny book? You could say this book is silly. This book is purple. Oh, this book is heavy. So thinking about the size of something. Or you can say this book was a good book. This book is good. You're describing it as a good book to read. So we're going to play a quick game. So we're going to look at all of these words and we're going to determine, we're going to be adjective experts and we're going to become detectives by thinking about which of these words are adjectives. And the words that are adjectives will stick to the board and the words that are not adjective will not stick to the board. So let's look at our very first word, bake. Is bake an adjective? Can you use the word bake to describe a noun? Let's see. No, the word bake is not a describing word. So you cannot use the word bake to describe something. is something that you do. What about the word sweet? That's right. Sweet, how something tastes or smells. You can describe that. Like, your perfume is very sweet, or this apple is very sweet. What about the word expensive? Is that an adjective? Can you use that word to describe a noun? Let's see. That's right. You can use that word to describe a noun. If I wanted to use that word in a sentence, I would say, my jacket is very expensive. Or I could say, my jacket looks expensive. What about the word eat? No, it is not an adjective. The word eat is something that you do. You don't describe, or you don't use that word to describe something or describe a noun. What about the word round? That's right, it's an adjective. You can describe on how something looks, the size of something. I can use that in a sentence. It helps with my grammar. Like, that ball is round. What about the word fresh? Is it an adjective? Let's see. That's right, it is an adjective. Those flowers those flowers smell fresh. You can describe a smell of something. What about the word Monday? No, Monday is not a describing word. It's not an adjective. What about small? That's right, you're describing the size of something. What about the word fast? That's right. Something you can describe how something is moving, how it behaves. It is fast. And what about the word big? Is that an adjective? That's right. It is an adjective. You're describing how the size of something or the size of that noun. Good job, friends. So we practiced that. Now we're going to practice a little bit more. So we're going to click on an adjective that describes this elephant. So is this elephant a bird? No, that's not describing our elephant. It's describing our this elephant is look. Not quite. Is this elephant heavy? That's right. It's describing how the size of the elephant. It's heavy. That's right. What about the frog? The frog is a noun. Is this frog reed? That doesn't sound right. Is this frog snow? Or is this frog green? That's right. It's describing the frog. I see a green frog. What about this ice cream cone is run? This ice cream cone is boat. Are you describing that? No. This ice cream is cold. That's right. It's describing the ice cream, how it feels or how it tastes. It's very cold. Good job. What about this cup of coffee? I want a listen cup of coffee. I want a cloud cup of coffee. Is that describing how the coffee? No, not quite. But this coffee, I want a hot cup of coffee. It's describing how it feels or tastes. This coffee is hot. That's right. Oh, what about this pizza? This pizza is right, and this is the WR right. So that means you're writing something. But is that describing the pizza? No. What about this pizza is lion? No. This pizza is delicious. Right. It's describing how something tastes. So, friends, I want you to think about, what did Mr. T use to think about adjectives? That's right. Mr. T used his five senses to think of adjectives. You can use your five senses to think about adjectives. Your five senses are hearing, your sight, touching, tasting, and smelling. So you can use your sight You can use what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, and what you touch to describe adjectives. So when we were talking about pizza and the frog and many other nouns, we were thinking about our five senses. You need to ask yourself or think about, is it something, what word can I use that would describe how this noun tastes or this noun smells? Or the sight or the color of this noun. So if you're talking about the sight, you can think about the color, the size, or how it feels, and things that you see, right? Like I see a yellow car. This car is big. I can see that it's big. Or this car is rusty. I can feel that on the car. So thinking about the things that you see. And what about hearing? Is it a loud sound, a low one, or a soft? Things you smell. Is it sweet? Is it delicious? Is it strong? And what about taste? When you're tasting something, you think about, is it sour? Is it spicy? Is it salty? And then when you're touching something, you can think about, is it smooth? Is it spiky or is it cold? So I want you to think about, can you think of your own examples? And as you're thinking about your own examples, we're going to use our five senses and think about adjectives that describe popcorn. So we're going to think about popcorn. I want you to take a second to think about popcorn. And I want you to use your five senses, which is see, taste, hear, smell, and touch. And I want you to think about your senses and think of adjectives that will help you describe popcorn. So if I'm thinking about, if I was to eat popcorn, taste it, right? It's one of my senses. I would say that popcorn is delicious or popcorn is hot. If I wanted to talk about sight, I would say, my popcorn is yellow. If I want to talk about taste, I would say, my popcorn feels hot or cheesy. Or if I touch it, it feels buttery. That means slippery, right? My popcorn is buttery. And what about smell? This popcorn smells good. This popcorn, and you can think about what you're hearing. You can think about, when popcorn is making itself, this popcorn is crunchy. So when you're eating it, you can hear, you can use your senses. This popcorn is crunchy. I'm describing how the popcorn feels or what I hear as I'm eating the popcorn. So first, I want you to get paper out, and we're going to think about adjectives to complete a sentence. We're going to talk about how we can use adjectives in our sentences. So the blank superhero saved the cat. What adjective can we use right here to describe the superhero saving the cat? So our noun in the sentence is the superhero. So who are we describing? Are we describing the superhero or are we describing the cat? That's right, we're describing the superhero. So we can say brave superheroes saved the cat. That is one adjective we can use. What is another adjective? Think about your five senses to help you think of adjectives to use to describe a noun. Let's try another one. The superhero bought a blank book. What is our noun? What noun are we describing? That's right, we're describing the noun book. So I want you to think about think about your five senses and what are some adjectives that we can use to help us describe this book. The superhero bought a orange book. You could say that. That's a great one. Or the superhero bought a heavy book. Oh, those are good words you can use. Let's talk one more about this one. The superhero ate blank popcorn. What adjective can we use to describe our noun? And our noun in this sentence will be popcorn. That's right. If you thought popcorn, you're right. We're going to describe popcorn. The superhero ate buttery popcorn. That's a describing word you can use. I'm describing what it looks like. The superhero ate buttery popcorn. Or you can say, the superhero ate cheesy popcorn. You can think about what popcorn looks like. You can think about what it smells like. And you can think about the size of things too. Notice how our adjectives always came before our noun. Sometimes when you're describing a noun, most likely the adjective will come before the noun. So you can think about that. All right, so friends, we're going to start right there. I want you to think about there's a worksheet here on the calendar that you can fill out. And as you're filling it out, you're going to get an opportunity to use your own adjectives to describe nouns. You're going to practice doing that. So as you're thinking about those adjectives to help you describe those nouns, I want you to think about your five senses. And when you're using your five senses, I want you to ask yourself, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it look like? You could think about the sizes and all those types of things. And it'll help you think about your grammar and your sentences. So good job with that. Good luck with that. And I will see you guys later.